Sam Leterna here with another episode of Wrestle Tea. I'm live at Mission Pro Wrestling with none other than Jazz. I'm honored.
Thank you. Having fun on this rainy, wet day, but you know what? God is good. We're present, and we're going to do what we got to do.
What do you think about Texas having such a strong all-women's promotion and like what the implications of that are on the independent scene?
Oh man, Texas and you said an all-girls show here in Texas? Well, I mean, if anyone could do this, it's Thunder Rosa. You know, I love her to death. You know, her and I are business partners with our school, Dogg Pound DOJO. But she's doing something very special here. And I'm so proud of her, and I'm so honored to be a part of this, journey. Mission Pro is a company that's growing. It's getting larger and larger each month. And again, just honored to be a part of it.
And you act as agent here as well, right? Yes. Helping out some of the ladies using your guidance, your 20+ years of experience. Have you found that, you know, the way people plan matches has changed since you first broke into the business?
Oh my God, yes. You know, these ladies, they're so athletic, and they really want to showcase, you know, their craft on a platform. But I also try to tell these ladies, you know, less is more. It still exists, you know what I mean? You got to do things where the crowd can follow and let everything digest.
Like telling the story.
Yes,
to the
we
crowd.
still got to tell a story. It still have to tell a story.
Do you believe that every lady, man, non-binary person in wrestling should be learning how to work on the fly?
I'm old school, yes.
Yeah?
Because honestly, I can't remember spots.
Yeah.
I really can't. That's a little difficult for me. So I can remember, you know, a couple of spots throughout a match, but I just like to go off feel and emotions and crowd reaction. You can't call that in the back.
Yeah.
So.
Well, how has it felt, particularly, I guess, at Impact tapings without a crowd, doing your program that you had with Jordan Grace, the tag title tournament, you know, going to the finals with Tasha Steelz and Kiera Hogan?
Yes, being at Impact was a blessing, you know. For me to go out with a bang like that, Impact, it was such a great moment. Those 6 months I was there, it was just so fulfilling. Working with Jordan Grace was such an honor. She's such a badass. She reminds me so much of myself, you know. I'm not even gonna say 15 years ago. I'm gonna say like 5 years ago, because 5 years ago I still was out here kicking ass and taking names.
You still are.
Yes, but working with no audience was probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, because the moment you walk down that ramp, the moment your music hit, you're so used to a reaction. And when you walk out and it's like nothing, it's just like, God, please give me the strength and the endurance to keep going without having that energy to feed off of.
Yeah, I guess you have to like find your own motivation and like be your own hype man, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much, you really do. And they're so good at that, you know, those girls. Again, working with them was just such a blessing. In fact, I went in and let them just lead. Majority of the time, you know, it's their time to shine. Here I am, I'm passing a torch, so I'm here just feeding off of their energy.
Wow, that's very humble of you, because you don't have to do that. You can easily lead any match that you're in.
Yes, but it was such an honor. I love all those ladies in Impact.
Were you the one that suggested working with Jordan Grace as a tag, or how did that come about?
No, it was brought to my attention.
Oh.
Yes, and you know what? Jordan is such a badass. I'm glad I was on her team instead of being on the opposite side of the ring with her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've called a couple of matches of hers recently, and yeah, she's not the lady to mess with. Not to quote Victoria, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, ain't the lady to mess with. Yeah.
But let's talk your Impact retirement. So I know that meant a lot to you, and getting you know, the accolades and the praise from the locker room, but you're still taking indie bookings. Will Jazz ever retire from pro wrestling?
Well, completely retire from pro wrestling? No, because I'm backstage now. I'm behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna continue to be a part of the business. As far as my in-ring work, yes, it's gonna come to an end. Right now, I'm doing my tour. I promised that I would fulfill fulfill these my tour engagements, and just trying to, just live life and have fun while doing it. There's so many young ladies say they want to have a match with me, and I'm like, oh my God, girl, like, oh man, it's not enough weekends in a month, But again, that alone makes me feel so blessed, to still have young ladies that want to be in the ring with me. Some of these girls wasn't even born when I was on TV, and for them to still acknowledge who I am and what I've done for this business, it's praise, and I love it.
And you actually run the Dogg Pound DOJO with your husband Rodney Mack, right?
Yes, in Thunder Rosa, yes.
And Thunder Rosa, absolutely. And where's that located, just so everyone knows?
It's located at 9701 Bandera Road in San Antonio, Texas.
Okay, well, if you're interested and you're in Texas or you want to move to Texas, go on and hit up the Dogg Pound on social media.
Yes, check out the website, doggpounddojo.com.
Absolutely. And there you've gotten the chance to train a lot of ladies, up-and-coming ladies, some that are even on the card tonight.
Yes.
How does it feel to be able to train women who look up to you, who admire you? Is that like a full circle moment for you?
It is. I've always been the one to try to help, encourage, and share the knowledge. That's the only way this business can continue is to continue to grow and be successful, is sharing and giving back and passing the torch to these new up and coming beautiful young ladies. Man, it's just like it's keeping my legacy on.
Absolutely.
Yes.
In a whole other way too.
Yes.
Like we have Jazz, the phenomenal wrestler.
Yes.
Now we have Jazz and Rodney Mack, of course, Thunder Rosa, phenomenal trainers.
Yes.
Paving the way for the future. A lot of people like to say that the indies are dying, that all of these TV promotions are snatching everyone up, and in many ways they are, but that doesn't mean the indies are dead. What's your take on that?
Well, without the indies, those companies wouldn't exist. So the indies would never die. Again, I heard Triple H say that last week. I saw some interviews, like companies like this and SWE and other promotions. These are the companies that keep those companies alive.
Absolutely.
So without us, it wouldn't be no them.
Do you think that if the indies began to be controlled, let's say, by major television companies, that it would change what the indies are and what they represent?
No, not really, because a company like WWE, they may take 10 girls from here in Mission Pro, but they're still going to take them and groom them to what they want them to be. So...
that way, but yes, yeah. Well, I guess a cog in the machine, right? Or you gotta form to that wheel.
They see the potential here, and they take them and they groom them to work their style.
Definitely.
Yes.
Well, Jazz, I want to leave the fans off on this note. You live in Texas, you train people in Texas, and 2020-21 has seen a really big resurgence of Texas wrestling. Here at Mission Pro, at New Texas Pro, various other promotions. So what do you think about this rebirth of Texas wrestling that we probably haven't seen since the 80s with WCCW and all those places?
Yes. Right now I'm over the women's division in SWE, and that company is most definitely growing and doing big things, and that's the sister company of a Mission Pro. We all work together, so yeah, Texas wrestling is alive and well, and we're like taking no nonsense and we're putting it in your face Texas style wrestling.
Oh yeah, I'm noticing that the Texas style, there's a good mix of pro wrestling and real shoot wrestling, or just shoot fighting, and I think that's what's setting everyone apart here. So it's really impressive to be here. I'm honored to be here at Mission Pro. I am even more honored to be able to interview somebody that I grew up watching. Oh my gosh, full circle moment for me. And thank you so much for those watching Wrestle Tea today with me and Jazz. Be sure to follow her on social media. I know you're already following her though. Come on now, but it's all in the bio.
Show me some love.
Yes.
Help me finish this tour. I need some August, September, and October bookings.
Yes, book Jazz and also follow the Dogg Pound.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.